Oh boy. Oh no.
I'll make you pay for what you... Well, that's just great. The fucker brought his bitch with him.
Put down your weapon. I don't want to hurt you.
Oh, is that so? Such determination. All right, then. Die!
As you wish. Do you want to leave now or stay a little longer?
No, let's go. I think I had all the cave I can take for now.
Good. There you are. Peggy
Hi.
and its mages have already told the Grandmaster about our find, and they're waiting for us in the Emporium. Let's go.
Okay. Okay, one second. But don't we want to talk about the fact that this is... Enter the command state. Issue command to your follower. Move the reticle until... Once you press E to give that... No, I didn't mean to do that. Also, shouldn't we just talk about this being called the beacon? Because a beacon normally attracts stuff, and that's maybe not a good idea.
All that I am saying is that there are more efficient ways to battle this red madness. And heathen machines atop the Sun Temple are the last thing that will calm the townsfolk.
Maybe. But if this heathen machine is what the Pyreans used to combat the cycle, I want it near. Even if it turns out to be useless, only a fool turns down a chance. Skyrim, how long will the reconstruction take?
Well, that depends on how many Pyrean mechanics you have on hand that can help us decipher these plans. Just think for once, Aranthiel. How are we supposed to give you an estimation if we don't even know what the finished machine is supposed to look like?
We will get to work right away, Grandmaster. But in any case, we're going to need a lot of steel and Pyrean crystals.
You will get them. Now, get to work.
Okay, but don't we want to talk about this being called the beacon? I mean...
You did excellent work. We will reconstruct this machine, no matter the price. Here, this will reward you for your effort. That still leaves the sigil stone.
Right, you mentioned this one before. What is it for?
It's simple. I've told you that the Pyreans knew about the cycle, and that they too battled it before they vanished. The sigil stone was a magical defense they created to protect themselves from the red madness.
Protect how?
Through small fragments that segregate once a certain ritual is performed on it. Wear one of these fragments and it will serve you like a shield for your spirit. The stone won't produce enough for all citizens of Ark, but enough for all of us keepers and the guard.
Uh-oh.
The problem is that we lack knowledge about this ritual, and those who have it have been dead for millennia.
So that's why we need the memory of a dead person.
Correct. The entire plan revolves around a discovery which is exhibited in the Chronicum. The frozen corpse of a Pyrean, which a fisherman found adrift in the Northern Sea some years ago.
And we have to somehow access his memories?
Yes, the ice prevented his body from decaying. But go to the Chronicum and speak to Archmagister Maragil. He will be able to explain it better than I can.
Right. So, don't we want to talk about this being a beacon?
Walk blessed, Prophet.
About the cycle.
Yes.
Visualize have the access of future. Do you want any idea? No. Okay, I really want to talk about this being the beacon. That doesn't bode well. That's a novice. You are an arcanist. Where's...
Hello.
Hi. Did you see a scary-looking woman here somewhere? Scary-looking woman? Calia, I promise not to call you that again. Don't hide. Where is this woman? Calia?
Yes.
Not Calia.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Lijam. You can talk to me. Let's see. I don't suppose she's here. I don't think so.
Yes. Yes, that just might work.
But this was also where the Chronicum is, isn't
Prophet?
it? Yes? Hello?
Yes? Is it important?
You called out to me! Ah, these people. Hello? Sharim. See, I'm assuming this is the Parians.
This just doesn't make any sense. Why can't it ever be easy?
Yeah, where is, wait, what? Let's go. Ground sword, okay. Naranja.
Well, well, Naya, isn't that a sight? The one they all talk about has come to visit us. Greetings, Prophet.
Greetings,
I'm Juslan
present.
Sharim, and, as you might know already, one of the ever-renowned Neramese mages around here. What's your name?
Benedict.
Pleased to meet you. Beautiful name, by the way.
Thank you.
Usually, our Azilian names sound as if they were chopped up with a cleaver. But
Oh,
yours
it's
doesn't.
not as a
You have to
really.
tell me someday how a child of the steppes ended up in Ostian. But anyway, what brings you to me? Do you need anything specific? Or do you just want to talk?
Information. I hear you know quite a lot about magic. Can you share your insights on how it works?
What, are you asking me to teach you?
Yeah, kind
From what
of.
I've heard, you know magic as if you've studied it for centuries.
No.
But sure, why not? What do you want to know?
What can you tell me about Sinistra?
Shh, don't talk so loud. You know how our holy friends around here feel about this school?
I don't.
We want them to get upset, do we?
No, I'm
Sinistra.
well
It's
connected.
the mightiest of the three schools.
Is it?
But also the most dangerous one. Which is why practicing it is forbidden on every continent of the civilized world, except for Kiran. That is mostly due to the kind of eventualities it interacts with. The human psyche and the forces of life and death. Someone trained in the arts of psionics is capable of forcing his will onto others, and I'm not speaking metaphorically here. An able entropist, on the other hand, can revive the dead as his minions, and channel the energy of death. A stunningly powerful feat if you know what you're doing, and a stunningly suicidal one if you don't. This is also why only 5 of 10 students of Sinistra manage to master it. The other 5s either stop in time or end up as either a driveling lunatic in an asylum, or as a greenishly steaming skeleton. Both of the latter rather undesirable perspectives, if you ask me.
Oh, I agree.
So if you plan to use it yourself, just be careful.
But you know about thaumaturgy.
A thaumaturgist is able to alter his body and his surroundings to his liking. In practice, that means he can, for example, create magical wards between his fingertips, or send bursts of telekinetic energy towards his foes. He can also boost his own bodily capabilities, and even go as far as healing his own wounds, even though that is to be done with caution, since it strains the mind quite a lot. A very noble school, you see, but also very limited.
It's a perfectly valid school of magic. Explain to me what an elementalist does.
Elementarism. If Sinistra is a Skaragian dagger, and thaumaturgy is a solid broadsword, then elementarism is a giant two-handed warhammer. A good elementarist is able to realize eventualities in which the air around him suddenly bursts into flame, or channel lightning from the sky. A very aggressive and powerful school, as you can imagine. Most arcanists favor it above others.
Okay, thank you. That's very helpful. Very helpful. So these are not the Enderalians. I mean, they were not encased in ice, but I guess that
Is it now?
that ice would have melted long
Not to
ago.
burst into tears.
No, I want to find the
Hope he
exit.
knows what he's doing.
No, I don't. I really don't. Well, it's still dark. Although... Nope, still dark. Where is this lady? I do want to know what the hell happened down there in that ruin.
Well met.
Yeah, you too. Good morning. Oh, good night. Good evening. Hello. Novice. Natara Dalveram.
What do you want, urchin child?
What's your problem with me?
My problem with you? I don't have a problem with you. I have a problem with what you stand for.
Well, thanks for the distinction.
Prophet, who built this temple? Which you enter and leave as frivolously as a sailor leaving a brothel.
I have no idea what you talk...
What did Malphas say to Dal Sidocius after he succeeded in suppressing the Blood Moon riot?
Oh, is this an interrogation?
How goes the 100th verse of the Holy Path, which the novices have to recite each morning? What is the
really
holiest
wouldn't know.
tenet of the creed to every keeper of the sigil?
Ooh.
Why
Worship
is
the
only
gods.
the highest commander of the guard allowed to enter the temple?
Dirty feet? I get your point. I didn't go through your rituals, which in your eyes makes me unworthy to be here.
I applaud your cunning. You
See?
know nothing, neither of our faith nor of our country. And
I didn't
only
ask
because
for
you
this.
happen to have strong magic in you, Aranthiel thinks that justifies desecrating our traditions. Do you know how few Enderaleans, even those of the Sublime Path, are granted the novitiate? Are you aware how hard these novices have to train and learn in order to just be allowed to enter the trial?
I'm sorry.
We're not some group of tavern regulars which you can just join and leave on a whim. We are the Holy Order. We are what has kept peace in this country for millennia. And only because Tila has doted on this idiocy of cycles and prophecies, he feels it's justified to abolish this country's foundations with a flick of his fingers. You, urchin child, you're the living proof of what has become of this country. Even just your boot prints on this sacred ground are blasphemy to everything we stand for.
I wipe my feet. You don't see this is real? He's just an old hack who is saying, no, she's right. I mean, I didn't ask for this. I didn't study any of this. I shouldn't be here. It's not my fault, really. I mean, I'm just trying to help, okay? You don't think any of this is real?
What I see is a country that now more than ever needs peace, stability, and a strong leading hand. And transforming this order into a bunch of fortune-tellers, wild mages and thimble-riggers will only make the situation worse. Do you even know how many of our people were killed in the war Tila's fool of a son started? And now his former people, Pegast, Skyrim, whatever they call themselves, tread on these sacred grounds as if there were nothing more natural in the world. Now leave. Do what you want, but spare me your presence.
I'm sorry, okay? I didn't ask for this. I don't mean offense.
You're the one they call the prophet, aren't you? Congratulations on passing the trial, I guess.
Oh. Calia. You don't like us, Calia. Hey, Amelia. Sorry, didn't mean to be in your presence. I'm looking for the other unworthy person. I'm sure you don't like her either.
What are you doing?
Karos, hello.
The city?
Huh?
Shouldn't you be, I don't know, somewhere else?
Yes, I'm working on that part.
Already? Time really does fly by.
No. Okay, I'm gonna barge in every room now. Calia? No. This room looks less messy. Calia. I have a feeling she's back up in the room we woke up in, but I'm not sure. Nobody's sleeping here. Oh, here, someone is sleeping. That's a novice. Sorry. I'll close the door for you. Nobody here either. No. No. That's... Alright, no Calia here. And just rude people. Well, actually not really rude. She was very... She wasn't rude per se. She was just very,
Well met.
unsympathetic with me. And that's fine. I get that. Calia, are you maybe up here looking over Ark?
Prophet?
Keeper? Walk blessed? No. I have a sneaking suspicion this is where they're gonna build their machine, huh?
Sister,
Here you are!
did you hear the new order
Hello.
from the Grand Master?
I've been looking in all the buildings. Why are you stood outside?
Fuck blessed. Can I help you?
I feel like if I'm being pushy again, she's gonna lash out again. I just came to talk.
That's convenient, actually. I think I still owe you an explanation.
Yeah, you kinda do. About old Dothorl Guard, right?
Yes, but let's talk somewhere else. Come on.
Sure.
So, sorry for all the secrecy. I just didn't want anyone else to listen in.
That's fine. I can understand that. So what did you want to discuss? He says as if he didn't know.
Well, that moment when I neutralized the leader of the bandits in Old Dothelgrad. I'm sure you noticed that I was different then.
Just slightly. I'm not judging. That's yeah. What do you mean? Complete. No, you seemed upset. Yes, just slightly. Let's make sure that the game picks the right one.
Upset. You choose your words carefully, Saira. I appreciate that. I'll make this quick. There is something about me that you don't know. That no one knows, actually. Do you remember what I told you in the curarium about the destroyed village? Well, I wasn't entirely honest with you.
You do remember doing it, right? So what actually happened?
Not all of it, no, and it's true that I don't know how I ended up there. But I remembered something just before I regained consciousness. Some kind of vague memory. A feeling coupled with an image.
A feeling? What exactly do you mean by that?
It's hard to describe because it didn't last very long, but I saw myself, but I was somehow above the rooftops, as if I flew. Below me, I saw all the chaos, the dead, the fire, the devastated houses, and I somehow felt hot, but from inside, as if my blood was boiling. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know how to describe it better than that.
No, that's pretty clear, really. So, there was a memory, something that really happened? I'm not sure I'm following. No, what happened then?
Nothing. I woke up, and from there things happened just as I've already told you. But that's not really what I'm trying to get at. In that memory, when I saw all those dead bodies and all that destruction, I felt satisfaction, pleasure. As if all that suffering, all that pain was the most exhilarating thing I'd ever seen.
What are you trying to tell me here?
Well, I didn't know what to make of that memory myself for quite a long time. But then, things happened that made me understand.
You're like an angel of vengeance,
There
right?
is something inside my head, Saira. Some kind of second soul, an entity. Most of the time it sleeps, but there are situations in which it wakes up. Mostly when something atrocious happens or has happened. Blood, pain, death. Whenever I'm confronted with these kinds of things, it tries to... I don't know how to put it. Tries to take control of me, and then things like Alt Dothulgrad happen. It's never managed to completely take me over, and it hasn't gotten as far as it did in Alt Dothulgrad for a long, long time now. But that memory from the village, I think that is what happens when I let myself go completely.
Well, let's not do that then. Or at least let's wait until I made friends with it. I'm guessing the power you suddenly had when you killed the bandit comes from this entity inside you. Well, she mentioned that. No, I don't want to insult her again. That's a lot to take in.
I figure. Listen, what happened in Old Dothelgrad? I never should have let it come to that. But that moment when he charged me, the blood on his sword, I just couldn't contain it.
Oh, you saved my life.
When I gave in, when I hacked him into pieces, I simply felt so thrilled. Complete. I was naive to believe it would never get that far again. Naive and stupid. But do you see now? This is the reason why I train so hard, why I always try to control my emotions no matter what people do or say to me. This creature inside me, it's always on the hunt, and the only way I can keep it at bay is by controlling both my body and spirit 100%. Just one moment of carelessness. That's all it takes.
Well, that sounds very useful to me. So this vision could have been right after all. Does the Order know about this? If you were to let it take you over completely, what would happen? Well, she told us. Nothing you can do about this, but if the violence provokes this thing, who are you? Why are you with the military wing? No. Does the Order know about this?
Only Master Tyrus, my foster father. He taught me how to contain it by controlling my thoughts. And he also advised me never to tell anyone about it, which I haven't. Until today.
I appreciate your trust. So why did you tell me?
I don't know. Probably because I was afraid you'd tell someone else about what happened in Ildothelgrad and that would raise suspicions.
Trust me a bit more.
Move, I know, but it was the best solution I could come up with. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I appreciate the trust. So the problem I have with most of these options is that she might take offense, and I really don't want her to take offense. Guys, I kind of like her. I mean, despite her being possessed by something. Is there no way to banish this monster?
No way that I know of, at least. Who should I ask? The apothecary? There are two ways that would go. Either they would ridicule me, or they would take me seriously and report my condition to the Order.
Okay, I see your point.
Helps me, and who knows what the Order would do if they found out. Especially as strained as the situation is right now.
Okay, maybe we could just work on that on the side, you know? If you'd join me and agree to also let me go to other places. Why are you with the military wing then?
Well, what would be the alternative? Transcribe Pyrean books like the magisters do all day? Or drop out entirely and pour hot water for the upper city's noblewomen? Look, Saira, as you already pointed out, there is a chance that this thing inside me is responsible for the massacre in the village.
I did?
And if that's true, I definitely have a lot of repentance to do, don't you think? And even if it isn't...
Hey. Voice.
I want to change things. To make the world at least a little bit better.
Good girl.
And yes, I do realize that this means a lot of hardship and hard work for me, but I'm not afraid of that. Do you know why? Because that's what's missing in this world. So many people just talk, and never act. Because that would mean that they'd have to actually endure something for what they believe in.
Right. I feel like you and Jasper wouldn't exactly see eye to eye. Definitely don't like the animation. I like it. An admirable attitude. Sorry if I offended you in any way. I'm just worried for you, that's all. I should down your emotions. Fanaticism hardly does any good. No, she's not fanatic. She's just stressed. Sounds getting real low. I don't like the news. I like it. I'm sorry if I offended you in any way. I'm just worried for you. That's all. I'm not sure if I can use multiple ones. I'm just worried for you. That's all. Yeah.
Yes, I know. Sorry, I shouldn't have gotten so emotional.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
I just wanted to clear this up.
No, this is perfectly fine.
Anyway,
I appreciate it.
The one thing I ask of you is to keep silent about what I've told you. It will never come to something like that again, I promise. I'd like some time by myself now. And thanks for listening.
Yeah. Listen, I mean...
This just doesn't make sense.
Oh. Was there someone behind this? No. Okay, there's a wall there. Good. And she walked off. All right, so, I mean...
Transcribe verse 80 100 times.
Fine. Oh, there she is. Hey, Calia? All right, she really doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Scuola. Right, so... No, you go. I'm not following you.
Yes?
Hi. No, I have a feeling whatever I ask of you, you're going to just be upset. Listen, all you need to know is I will help you. And that she walks away. Fine, be that way. You just need to calm down a little, right? And then we'll discuss fixing that problem. Okay. So, what's next? So, I'm really not sure what I should do next. I'm thinking I should talk with the Archmagister here. And besides that, I think, where is it? This one here. So if I understand this right, the stars are the difficulty. So I could get to go to Old whatever. Dolmish. Which is here. Oh, this is where the wild mage is. I could also do that. Serve some sweet, sweet justice. Okay, I'm thinking I know what I will do. I think I will go here and see if I can take down this wild mage, because I don't like mages very much. And then I'll walk up here past Cliffwatch. I don't remember what Cliffwatch is. And go here and find the Parian artifact. I think that's a good plan. After that, I'm not so sure. Because all the other things... I have to ponder this. So I pondered this for a little while, and I'm thinking that the first thing, since I'm already in the temple, is to talk to this guy. Chronicum, yes, in the basement. About the frozen Pyrean. Hello. Would you point me to your basement? This is not the basement. Hello.
Huh?
It may be that I need to go in... Oh, the archive. That sounds good, doesn't it? That sounds very good. Hello. 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 Hi.
Prophet?
Keeper? Hello. Yela. Hey, sorry, didn't mean.
So spectacular about this? To me, our pal here looks like your average crypt corpse.
Jaspar!
Well, he isn't. Do you see this marking on his forehead? That's a symbol of the Ashian, one of the two priest castes who reigned over the Pyrean Empire like the Lightborn did over Vin. He was no high priest, but more than an acolyte. Let's just hope he participated in the manufacture of the sigil stone back in the Pyrean era.
Well, hoping can't hurt. But look, we have company.
Jaspar!
Archmagister, how's the situation?
Oh,
Walk blessed
Taylor.
Master. We're fine. Everything is ready. So this is him?
Yes, this is the Prophet.
Benedict, please.
Interesting. Truly interesting. I imagined you to be different. I'm Lexil Merrill, Archmagister of the Holy Order. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
So, where do we start? Has the Grandmaster already informed you of the goal of this mission?
We are supposed to somehow get a memory from this dead Pyrean, because he knows where the missing thing is.
Correct. Now you're wondering, how will this be possible? This is where the word of the dead comes into play. An old relic we'll need to find.
The word of the dead? I thought that was a legend.
No, it exists. And we also know where. Just so you understand, the word of the dead is an artifact that allows entering a deceased person's mind to relive his last memories as if they were your own.
And you want to do just that with our frozen pal here. This is the grand plan, right?
Right. You'll need to locate the word of the dead, teleport the Pyrean's body to you, and then enter his thoughts. And there you'll have to look for the words of the ritual.
Can I not just take the word here, the word of the dead? I'm supposed to find way around in this memory. I don't speak Pyrean. The magic I know of is rather silent. That sounds daring. I assume I somehow get into these moments. What exactly do I need to look for? Yes, that sounds good.
Well, we only lack the last words of this ritual. What you have to look for is an ornamental scroll, which looks just like the one on the drawing I'll give you in a moment.
Okay.
All you have to do is remember the glyphs and the scroll, then write them down once you're back in the waking world.
That sounds like there's absolutely no chance of failure with my memory and all. How am I supposed to find my way around in this memory? I don't speak Pyrean.
That's right, but the priest himself did. And according to the legend, this should allow you to understand.
Makes sense in a weird way. Alright. Where can we find this word of the dead?
Well, this is...
There's an old manor in Enderal's west that belongs to an old collector of artifacts. We received a tip that the word of the dead is in his possession.
Hang on. Are you talking about this odd fellow with the puppets? The aged man from the folk song?
I am.
That's not worrying at all. So we'll have to travel to this manor and somehow take the artifact from him.
You won't take it. It will be enough to find it. Use it on the Pyrean and then leave. You will travel to the manor with Dalvarek, wait for nightfall, and then introduce yourself to the aged man as a fellow collector of artifacts. Then you will offer him this brooch, and if all goes well, he will offer you a quarter for the night to negotiate in the morning. Then it's all a matter of timing. Sneak out of your room, look for the word of the dead, and teleport the Pyrean to you.
How am I gonna do that? Why the secrecy? Can't we just force him to give it up?
A good question, but no. The aged man is special, so to speak. Even the Lightborn ordered us to let him live in peace. The Black Guardian knows why. So, if we have to trick him, we will at least do it inconspicuously, which is why you and the mercenary are well suited for the task.
Can we just ask him?
Will connect your faces to the Holy Order.
Okay, so I should wear something different, is what you're saying. What if something goes wrong?
Then you'll flee. There must be no violence, no matter what happens.
Okay, fleeing. Now you're talking my language. What exactly am I supposed to use the... how am I supposed to use the word of the dead on the Pyrean?
Archmagister?
Yes, well, that is a good point. We don't know, because we don't even know what the artifact looks like. But how goes the saying? The proof of the eating is in the pudding.
We'll manage somehow. And even if we don't, it definitely sounds like an adventure.
It does.
It's a great responsibility, be aware of that.
It is.
But I have faith in both of you. Now get going as soon as you can. This mission will be fruitful. I can feel it.
Alright, Jesper.
And there they go.
Yes. Shall we go?
Yep. Just meet me at the Myrids Tower at the Western Cliff. I'll go grab my stuff now.
Okay. More options. So what do the Pyreans look like? Can't really make it out. He looks pretty human. A bit dried up, I guess. Like a zombie pretty much. Alright, so they were human-ish.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes?
How is the reconstruction of the beacon coming along?
Don't ask. Reconstructing the outer shell was challenging, particularly given the strange metal it is made of, but we found a way to do it. As for its inner workings and what these sockets are for, we are still lurking in the dark. This machine, it's, how should I say, different, otherworldly.
You're an Enderalian, are you? You've got a slight accent, he says.
I do? Thought I had gotten rid of it by now. But yes, I'm originally from Nirim. Just like you, as I've heard.
Am I? Why didn't you tell me?
Oh, I don't know. Probably because I don't have very fond memories of my time there.
Actually, neither do I.
If someone would have told you 20 years ago that one day I would be the Archmagister of the Holy Order, you'd have probably laughed in his face.
Well...
It's absurd just to think of it. You know, I was a slave there.
Oh. Slave?
Yes. You see, I was born into a traveling group of Aeterna minstrels. I never got to know my father, though, and living that way was hard. So my mother eventually decided to burn all bridges behind us and start over. Sorry, I'm babbling. I don't want to bother you with my boring stories.
I was the one who asked. You're not boring me. What happened to you and your mother after you went away?
Well, after some days on the road, we met a traveling merchant who gave us a ride to the next village. A small one named Sildren in the Salathan forest. It seemed almost perfect at the beginning. The place was quiet, and my mother found herself a job as a weaver in the local count's castle. One day, however, the count simply stopped paying her, and, well, when she asked for the reason, he told her that we were his property from that moment on. Just like that.
Huh. He just made you slaves? Is this even possible? I mean, sure it is at the, business end of a sword.
Why wouldn't it be? We were just a woman and a young son, and he owned both the land and the local guard. We had to serve this Creole, that was the count's name, for 9 years. It was horrible.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like fun at all. No one came to help you?
No. No one. We weren't the only slaves he kept, and the villagers were too afraid to do anything. As for Chancellor Baratheon's armies, well, I'd be surprised if they even knew Sildren existed.
Sorry to hear that. How did you manage to get away?
Pure luck, I suppose. One day, an Enderalayan merchant and his escort passed through the village. They were on their way to Waverock to catch a ship from there. And just by coincidence, he saw me crushing some herbs I had found in the forest. That's what I did in the little spare time I had, The Salathan forest is so incredibly rich with plants you have no idea. What I didn't know was that I had found an entire sheaf of God's tongue. That impressed the merchant so much that he simply bought me.
And your mother?
He left her there. Believe me, what he did had nothing to do with mercy. He just saw that there was money to be made off of me. I cried and protested, of course, but 2 months later, our ship arrived in Ark, where he got infected with flesh maggots and died shortly thereafter. Luckily enough, he was a sublime. And since his relatives didn't know what to do with me once he was dead, they simply asked the Order to grant me the novitiate, which they did. How the left path sounds crazy when I tell it like that, and it probably is. But back then, it just happened.
Huh. What if your mother? Did you ever find out what happened to her? Or she must be long dead by now, right?
I tried, but as you can imagine, my obligations made my options to do so very limited. Only recently, however, word reached me from a mercenary whom I sent over. According to him, Creo is dead, and his castle was deserted.
Huh.
But who knows if he just said that to appease me. I think when all of this is over, I might ask the Grandmaster for permission to travel there myself. And then, who knows?
Huh. Sounds
way,
interesting, actually.
How I really am babbling.
Yeah. You should bring Jasper
I'm sure
along.
a man like you has better things to do than listen to the stories of a boring old chronicler. I should probably get back to business. Forgive me.
Oh, no, forgive me for intruding. At least you didn't yell at me. Oh, what's...
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so we have another mission. This one with Jasper. But I'm not sure I want to do that next.
Prophet?
Keeper? I feel like there are so many things that I still need to take care of. Oh, I didn't realize I was... Huh. I thought I went out the front side. Oh, there's a stair here. It's not a stair, but never mind, it worked.
The fabled prodigy. I hope you can live up to what they say about you. I really do.
Oh, so do I. So do I. This is worrying. Yeah, so first things first. I do think that... Well, what am I doing? It is 3 a.m. First things first, I was going to say, I should really catch some sleep. And then in the morning, maybe things become more clear. I think I need to take care of some of the other stuff. Not run off with Jasper. Well met to you too.
Need something?
No, just going in here for a nap. But thank you for asking. walk blessed. That's it. Or in your case, stand blessed.